Welcome to Minutes with Lynnis, brought to you by Wellness Woman 40 and Beyond. Embark on this journey with me, Lynnis Mullins, your certified holistic living and wellness expert for women over 40, as we explore tips for an ever-growing mind, body, and spirit in just a few minutes. Hey everyone, it's Lynnis. Wow, it is Thursday. Is it Thursday? No, it's Wednesday. It's Wellness Wednesday, and hello. I had said I wanted to share with you some information that I thought might be important that you wanted to talk about, and I wanted to also finish some of our Loving the Natural You series. Let me get my screen set up here so I can see what I'm going to be talking about. But lately, I have been noticing a lot of people talking about their pain threshold and how much it has cost them in terms of just not feeling well. So I wanted to talk about that. Sometimes the pain thresholds that we have, the aches and pains that come with menopause as we get older, sometimes that happens. PMS, you can have aches and pains, creakiness. So, that's one thing that can happen as you age, especially for women. We can attribute some of that to menopause, but sometimes it is attributed to something else. Sometimes it's attributed to inflammation. Now, some people get kind of confused as to what inflammation is. There's good inflammation and there's bad inflammation. Basically, what inflammation is how the body responds to injury. It's a really important part of the immune system, and it signals the immune system to repair the damaged tissue. So like when you get a scrape or some kind of an owie, so to speak, then the system, our bodies respond to it by repairing it. And the immune system comes and begins to fight any possible infection. And this is the good part of inflammation. That's good inflammation. It signals basically the immune system to defend itself. And it also signals against any foreign invaders, such as viruses and bacteria. That's what inflammation is. But when inflammation gets out of control, then it can cause some problems. And one of the main reasons for, let's say, arthritis is inflammation. That's one of the main causes. And what happens is when your inflammation is out of control, here are a few things that can happen to let you know that it's out of control. Of course, we talked about the fact that you have some body pain, especially in the joints. You're also going to have some skin rashes like eczema or psoriasis or other kinds of skin rashes that you don't normally have. And you're also going to have excessive mucus. Let me talk about that for a minute. Let's say that you, first of all, if you're doing dairy and you're having excessive mucus, you got to stop doing dairy because dairy, milk and cheese does increase our mucus in our systems a lot. Especially if as we grow older, it doesn't always agree with us anyway, if you're lactose intolerant. But if you have inflammation, then you're going to have even more mucus, all the more reason to stop drinking milk and to stop eating the cheese. You want to still replace the calcium and the magnesium that you're losing as a result of not drinking milk. There's always the nut milk, which actually has 50% more calcium than regular milk does. And then you can also use seeds and nuts that have lots of calcium and magnesium in them. Bananas have magnesium. A lot of sugar, but there's ways to replace those things that you lose from milk. So if you are already drinking milk and you're having a lot of mucus, you might want to get rid of the milk and see if that helps. If not, then there could be a sign that you have inflammation. Another sign of inflammation is low energy, even when you've had a good night's rest. How many of you have gotten up after a good night's rest and you're still feeling tired? My tea kettle is going off. I hope somebody turns it off. Oh, well, I'm not going, so it's just going to keep going. Anyway, when you are low energy, then that could be a sign of inflammation. If you have any combination of these, that's a sign of inflammation. It's amazing how many of us suffer from inflammation, how many of us have inflammation, but it's something that can be corrected very easily. There are all kinds of things that you can do when it comes to arthritis. There's medications that you can take and other things. There's yoga moves that can help. But what I wanted to focus on today was some of the foods that you can be eating that can help with inflammation from a preventative standpoint. And it can also help even if you have aches and pains. Now, I'm not saying don't ever use any pharmaceuticals, but I am saying if there's any way that you can get rid of the arthritis that you're feeling, if of some of the other inflammation signs that you're feeling, if you can get rid of it through food, because let's face it, our food is our medicine, and what you put in your system really does make a big difference in terms of how you feel, especially as we're aging. So here are some of the foods that are really great for you to be eating. I hope you can see them. One of the ones that I love is extra virgin olive oil. It's good for inflammation, but it also reduces heart disease and cancer and other serious health conditions. It's very low in monosaturated fats. Usually if you're taking in a lot of other kinds of fats through processed foods, you could put yourself in an inflamed state. If you are eating a lot of processed foods with a lot of trans fats, not good. Turmeric is another thing that's really good to use. It can help reduce inflammation and diabetes. And if you really want to take the main benefits of the compounds in turmeric that helps to get rid of inflammation, what you may want to do is combine it with black pepper. It helps to increase the impact of inflammation. Grapes, that's another thing. It's good for heart disease, diabetes, obesity, Alzheimer's, and because of the what's it called? The resveratrol in the grapes are very good. I eat grapes all the time, but it can also help reduce inflammation. Mushrooms. Now, here's something interesting about mushrooms. Mushrooms are great for a lot of things. It's low in calories, rich in selenium, copper, the B vitamins, which we definitely need for women. And it's really good when it's eaten raw, though. We like to saute them with onions and garlic and all that. And that's great. But if you're looking to have it help with inflammation, you want to add it to your salad that gets eaten raw, maybe with dip or something like that. Green tea, bell peppers and chili peppers. Excellent source of antioxidants. They are chock full of all kinds of vitamins, especially vitamin C. Of course, the antioxidants help you to reduce the helps to boost the immune system, so you're not as susceptible, let's say, to some of the other stuff that's floating around that might make you sick. It's also good for preventing Alzheimer's, obesity. I've noticed that for me, when I'm trying to drop a few pounds, I like to pile up on bell peppers and cucumbers. And I might use a little hummus, not a lot because hummus is, high in calories. But the reason why is because I like to have the crunch. Something about crunching keeps me from wanting to, go and get potato chips or taco chips or some of that other stuff that I like to eat that's not good. So bell peppers is a real good benefit because it has all the vitamin C and antioxidants, and it also can help to reduce the inflammation. Green tea. I'm sure you've heard lots and lots about green tea. Can't say enough about green tea. It is wonderful. It has all kinds of antioxidants, and it does help to reduce inflammation. Avocados. Oh, I love avocados. I use them all the time. Just the other day, I used some avocados on my feet. I know that sounds gross, but my feet were kind of dry. So I put some avocado on and let it sit around like that for a while, and it automatically gave it more moisture. But avocados also have compounds in it that protect against inflammation and may reduce your cancer risk. It's also got lots of potassium and magnesium and fiber. Lots of fiber, and it's low in monosaturated fats. I would say that avocados is a superfood, and you really need to eat it. If you can eat avocado once a day, that's fantastic. This cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, kale, all of those are really good to reduce inflammation, and it also helps with heart disease and cancer because they are all good antioxidants. Let me say something about kale. I mentioned this before. If you're eating kale, just be careful if you happen to be taking any kind of medications, check with your doctor, because sometimes kale can interfere with the effectiveness of medications and cause other problems. So just double check when it comes to kale, eating kale. Now, fatty fish. It's an interesting name. I don't know why they call it fatty fish. I guess it's because it's high in omega-3, which is a good fish. And those are your salmons, your sardines, your herrings, your mackerel, and your anchovies. You should definitely add those to your diet because it's a great source of protein instead of eating the animal protein. Salmon is a great thing of protein. It has a long chain of omega fatty acids, which goes a long way for brain health. It's also good for inflammation. Berries, you should be eating berries every day. If you're not eating them every day, then you should eat them every day. You should be starting to eat them every day because they are so high in fiber and vitamins. They can be good for any inflammatory diseases, heart disease. They can also be good for weight loss because they're high in fiber. So those are some of the things that I think you should do when it comes to reducing inflammation. I think we all suffer from inflammation. All of us do, but there are things that you can do so that you don't have to be a victim of so many things that we can do preventatively by eating the right foods. I don't have to tell you that when we don't eat the right foods, you can feel it immediately. Your body will tell you, listen to your body when you're eating certain foods and then you feel a certain way later on. I don't care how good it tastes. Is it really worth it being sick and everything else if you go ahead and eat those foods when you know that you don't feel well? So give that some consideration. If you're just now joining, make sure you replay this so you can get that information on inflammation and eating the right foods. I wanted to share with you a couple of things around, let's see here if I can get this for us here. Let's see who won. I wanted to announce who won the intention setting challenge. I'm so happy that almost 100 people participated in the intention setting challenge. That's fantastic, which means more people followed me on Instagram and I added people to my list. So that's fantastic. We made our 2,000 in the group. Now we're over 2,000, but Kimberly Withrow, Deborah Wells, and Diana Singer, you won the intention setting challenge, and you're going to be getting a guide about using yoga and intention. And you're also going to be getting my ebook, Distress the Mess, and the link to my 7 Steps to Abundance. So you get those 3 things, and I'll be sending them to you hopefully today. I also wanted to let you know, those of you who won the Wellness Woman of the Month in July, you should be getting your prizes next week. They were a little slow, and the people who send my stuff out were a little slow. Quite frankly, we've had some challenges because some of the things that I sell do come from China. And so there's some issues going around with that. But thankfully, we've got that straightened out and they are on the way. Now, it is 8/28. That means August 28th. And that means we're coming to the end of another month. And that also means that for August, there is going to be another Wellness Woman of the Month. Now, in July, I chose 3 because it was our first time. But this time around, it's just going to be one of you that will get something from V.I.B.E Living, my site. And we'll be announcing that on the 31st. Also, September, as we move into it, is going to be Wellness Woman 40 Celebration Month. And the reason why I decided to make it a celebration month is because we are getting towards the end of the year. And a lot of times what happens towards the end of the year, we get stressed out trying to get everything done, and we really begin to put ourselves on the back burner. Well, in September, I want to celebrate you and celebrate the fact that you've made it this far, and to really put a big magnifying glass on how wonderful you are and the things that you need to continue to keep doing to thrive and feel great. One of the things that's going to be happening is I'm going to be sending out my brand new newsletter. It's called My V.I.B.E Life. And I finished it last night. I'm so excited about it. If you're not on my newsletter list, please send me your email address so you can receive the My V.I.B E newsletter. It's a brand new newsletter. I'm so excited about it. We've got these sections, these different sections in the newsletter. We have one called Spiritual Spice. Another section of the newsletter is called Mind Moves and Bella Body. You have to get the newsletter to figure out what that means. So if I don't have your email address already, or if you want to make sure that I get your email address, just message me with the email address and I will send it to you. It's going to be going out before the 1st of September in honor of Wellness Woman 40 Celebration Month. I'm so excited about that. I'm also very excited about the things that are coming up in September. On September 14th, for those of you who are going to be in the Sacramento area, I'll be at Underground Books, one of the few bookstores that are still left. And I will be talking about my participation in the Power of Superwoman book and what the book is all about, and some sharing of my personal life and why I chose to write about what I wrote about in the book. And if you haven't gotten the book, you should. Great stories about women who have been empowered through adversity and what they have done from a courageous standpoint to keep moving forward. It's very inspirational. Go to my website at wellnesswoman40.com and you'll see some information about the book, and you can go there and click on the icon and purchase the book. And if you're in Sacramento, purchase the book and then come and bring the book with you so I can sign it for you, because I'll be signing copies of books. I need to get that I think most of the books I sent out originally, I had signed the books, but I'm not doing that anymore. So if you happen to have bought the book and it hasn't been signed yet, bring it to Underground Books and I'll be glad to sign it for you. And what was the other thing? Oh, how could I forget? On the 21st is Wellness Woman Spa Day. I'm going to come on a little bit later on, I don't know, probably on Saturday, and talk more about what we're going to be doing on the spa day, but it's going to be absolutely awesome. And you want to make sure that you get your ticket as soon as possible, because I'm only going to have room for about 20 or 25 people. Yes, it's going to be in my backyard, and we're going to have so much fun. We're going to be doing yoga for midlife. We're going to do some meditation, an aromatherapy session on soul healing, and learning how to raise our vibrations. We're going to also do some water aerobics, have a spa lunch, learn about self-massage. We're going to have a masseuse that's going to be coming. It's just going to be wonderful. So if you want to find out more information about that, go to my wellnesswoman40.com and click on the spa day for 2019 and come and join all these wonderful women of like minds who want to thrive in midlife. Wow, lots going on. I'm so excited about September. I know it's the end of the summer, but it's the beginning of a fantastic end of the year, because remember, I've been telling you all the time that 2019 is going to be our year, but ladies, 2020 is going to be off the chain. So please stay with me. Make sure you let people know about the Wellness Woman 40 and Beyond group. Women that you feel have something to share about wellness, who care about thriving in midlife. Thanks so much for listening, and I will see you again on Friday when we have with us Pastor Eduardo, and he's going to be talking about the importance of changing our environment. What's that going to be about? Check it out. It's going to be on Friday at 8:30. Thanks so much. I'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you have something to share, please comment below. For more Wellness Woman videos, be sure to click the subscribe button below and check out my Facebook group, Wellness Woman 40 and Beyond. But most importantly, don't forget to love yourself and educate, encourage, and empower your mind, body, spirit wellness.